In this video, I'm going to show you how you can solve mathematical problems regarding the concept of percentages. So let's jump straight in with the calculator intro. If you go to the Save My Exams platform and go to the topic of number and number system and the subtopic after fractions, which is percentages, if you open this in a new tab, I've already opened that in a new tab. As you can see, the mathematical concept of percentages is displayed with three categories: easy, medium, and hard. So we will focus on the medium category problems. So before going into the problem solving, I'll just give a brief overview of the concept of percentages. So what is a percentage? So if I go to Google and just ask Google, what is the concept of percentages in math? So let's just ask. So it gives a brief overview in the headline. So it says, in mathematics, a percentage is a number or ratio that can be expressed as a fraction of 100. So any number or ratio that can be expressed as a fraction of 100. So if you have to calculate percent of a number, divide the number of the whole and multiply by 100. So hence the percentage means a part per 100. So percent, so means per 100. So I hope you get the idea. So any number or ratio that can be expressed as a fraction of 100. So let's go back to the topic. So the medium category and the first problem, let's lead the first problem, which says Rail Ticket and Cheap Trains are two websites selling train tickets. So these are two train ticket selling companies, Rail Tickets and Cheap Trains. So each of the websites adds a credit card and a booking fee to the ticket price. So there is a credit card charge for Rail Tickets is 2.25%. For Cheap Trains is 1.5%, and for the booking fee for Rail Tickets is 80 pence, and for Cheap Trains is 1.90 pounds. So the person, Nadia, wants to buy a train ticket. The ticket price is 60 pounds. So the base price of the ticket is 60 pounds on each website. So both has 60 pounds train ticket. So Nadia will pay by credit card. So will it be cheaper for Nadia to buy the train ticket from Rail Tickets or from Cheap Trains? Which one will be cheaper? So let's open the new tab. Let's open a new concept, percentages. So if I use my pen tool, so the base price is 60, right? 60 pounds. Okay. So as you can see, Nadia will pay by credit card. So you have to look at the credit card charge, which is 2.25% for Rail Tickets. So let's say for Rail Tickets R, let's denote Rail Tickets by R and denote Cheap Trains by C, and let's calculate side by side.
So for Rail Tickets, the credit card percentage is what? 2.25%. Okay, so it's 2.25% of the ticket price. So and the booking fee is 80 pence. So let's say 0.80. Okay, and for credit card charge is 1.5%. For Cheap Trains is 1.5%. Okay, so 1.5% credit card charge, and the booking fee is 1.90.
So if the base price is 60, so what is 2.25% of 60? You have to calculate that first and then add 0.80. Similarly, you have to calculate 1.5% of 60 and then add 1.90 to get the total calculation to compare. So what is 2.25% of 60? So 2.25% means 2.25 by 100 multiplied by 60. This is what 2.25% of 60 is, right? So if I just use my calculator to just quickly do that, let's say 2.25 divided by 100 multiplied by 60. So you get 1.35. So this is what? 1.35. 1.35. Okay. And what is 1.5%? Let's say, what is 1.5%? Let's say 1.5 divided by 100 multiplied by 60. So it's 0.9. So we can write
1.5 divided by 100 multiplied by 60 is 0.9. So this is
what? in this case we get what, 1.35, and in this case we get 0.9 pounds or 90 cents, and in this case we get 1.35. So what is 1.35 plus 0.80? So if I go to the calculator and add 1.35 plus 0.80, we get what, 2.15. So here we get 2.15 pounds, and in this case we get 0.9 plus 1.90, which is what, 0.9 plus 1.90, which is 2.8 or 2.80. So which one is greater, 2.15 or 2.80? Of course 2.80 is greater and 2.15 is cheaper. So the rail tickets, this company selling railway tickets, this company offers a cheaper package. So if I look at the second problem of the medium category of the topic percentages, so if I look at the second problem and read it, it says company sells boxes to factories. Fred buys boxes. The boxes are sold in packs of 1000. So each pack has 1000 boxes and each pack costs 193.86 pounds. So Fred orders 3 packs of boxes, so he gets a discount on his total order. So the table shows the discount he'll get. So the total order and the discount percentage between the range is given. So if someone buys 100 pounds, between 100 pounds to 300 pounds, he gets a 5% discount. If someone buys between 300 and 400 or 301 and 400 pounds, he gets a 10% discount. And so if someone buys more than 400, then he gets a 50% discount. So you have to work out the total cost of the order of the, after the discount. So you must show your working. So Fred has to, you have to calculate the total cost that of the order that Fred made. So if I go to my notepad and use my pen tool, so it says the order chart is given. So Fred orders 3 packs of boxes and each pack costs $193.86. So each pack costs what, 193.86. okay, and he orders 3 packs. So if I multiply 193.86 with 3, let's say with the calculator, let's say 193.86 multiplied by 3, we get what, 500, let's say 581 point, what, 581.58 so 581.58 is the cost without discount. So you have to figure out what is the discount. So it is definitely above 400, so the discount is 15%. So if the discount is 15%, we get what? If the discount is 15%, we get, let's calculate the discount. So if the discount is 15%, the cost after the discount would be what? 85% of this. So if I calculate 85% of this amount, we'll get the actual cost. So what is the actual cost? 581.58 multiplied by 85 by 100. So this is the actual cost. So if I use the calculator and let's say 581.58 into 85 divided by 100. So this is the actual cost, which is what? 494.343. So it would cost 494.343. This is the actual cost in pounds that Fred has ordered. So this is the actual cost after the discount. If I now focus on problem number 3 of the topic percentage, the medium category. So it says Greg sells car insurance and home insurance. So the table, this is a table that shows cost of these insurances. So car insurance, for each car insurance the cost is £200, and for each home insurance the cost is 350 pounds. So each month Greg earns 530 pounds basic pay, 5% of the cost of all the car insurance he sells, and 10% of the cost of all the home insurance he sells. So for car insurance he gets 5%, he earns 5% of the cost from each car insurance, all the car insurances, and 10% from all the home insurances he sells. So in the month of May, Greg sold 6 car insurances and 4 home insurances. So you have to work out the total amount of money Greg earned in May. So if I open my notepad and use my pen tool, so in the month of May, Greg sold 6 car insurances. So each car insurance costs 200 pounds. So he sold 6 car insurances. Okay, so let's calculate the amount of money that Greg dealt with in terms of car insurances. So for car insurances, Greg sold what? 200 multiplied by 6, which is 1200, right? And for 4 home insurances, Greg sold 4 home insurances. For each home insurance, the cost is 350 pounds. So 350 multiplied by 4, which is what? 350 multiplied by 4 is 4 3 is 12, 4 into 0.5 is 2, so it's 1400 pounds. So this is the amount that Greg sold. So work out the total amount of money Greg earned. So he earned what? 5% of the cost of all the car insurance he sells. So what is 5% of 1200? What is 5% of 1200? Because the car insurance amount is 1200, so he earned 5% of 1200. So what is 5% of 1200? 5 by 100 multiplied by 1200, right? So this is 12, right? So we get what? 60. So he earned 60 pounds from the car insurances he earned. And for home insurances, he earns 10%. So 10% of the cost of all home insurances. So from 10% of 1400, this is the home insurance, right? So the home insurance, 10% of 1400 is what? 10 by 100 multiplied by 1400, right? So in this case we get what? 14, and 14 into 10 is 140, right? So he earns 140 pounds from home insurances, right? And he also has a 530 basic pay. So he also has a 530 basic pay. So if we add 60, 40, 140 and 530, what do we get? 530 and 140 is 670 and 60 is 730. So he earns 730 pounds in the month of May. So I'll now focus on problem number 4 of the medium category. So before reading the problem, I just want to briefly notify that these problems are descriptive. So you have to really understand the problem first, the description first, before going into the mathematical part. This is a tip from me. So let's read this question. So it says Mr. Watkins needs to buy some oil for his central heating. Mr. Watkins can put up to 1500 liters of oil in his oil tank. So that's the maximum limit, 1500 liters. And there are already 850 liters of oil in the tank. So 850 liters is already filled out of 1500. And Mr. Watkins is going to fill the tank with the oil. So he's going to fill the remaining of the remaining of the liters that are remaining from 1500 liters. So the price of oil is 67.2 pence. I think it's pence. So pence per liter. Mr. Watkins gets 5% of the price of the oil. So how much does Mr. Watkins pay for the oil he needs to buy? So if I go to my notepad and use my pen tool, So you have to first understand the question, like what is required from the question. So how much does Mr. Watkins pay for the oil he needs to buy? So he needs to buy what? The difference between 1500 and 850 liters, that amount, and per liter cost is 67.2 pence. Okay, and he gets 5% off. So let's calculate first what is the amount of liters that Mr. Watkins need to buy. So what is the amount of liters? So the total or the maximum limit in his oil tank is 1500, and 850 is already right. So if 850 is already filled, what is the difference? It's 650, right? So 650 is the remaining amount of liters. 650 liters is the remaining amount of oil that is required. So that is what Mr. Watkins needs to buy. So if Mr. Watkins needs to buy 650 liters and per liter cost is 67.2 pence. So per liter cost is 67.2 pence. So if I use my calculator and multiply, because if I multiply with 650 liters, 67.2 multiplied by 650, so what is 43,000? So if I multiply 650 liters with 67.2 pence, we get what? 43,680. So 43,680. Now this is of course in pence. So the dollar or the pound conversion would be 0.67, I think, 0.672, right? So the cost would be roughly 436.80 this pounds, right? 436.80 pounds. So this is the total cost. Now Mr. Watkins gets 5% off from the, so he pays roughly 95%, or not roughly but accurately 95% of this cost. So if I calculate 95% of this cost, we get the actual cost of Mr. Watkins that he has to pay for the oil refilling. So 95% would be what? 95 by 100 multiplied by this amount, which is 436.80, right? So if I use the calculator and let's say 436 divided by 100 is 436.8, and into 95 divided by 100 would be somewhere like 400, and the resultant would be somewhere like 414.96, almost like 415 pounds. This is the cost that Mr. Watkins have to bear to refill the remaining liters of oil. I hope you have an idea of how you can solve percentage problems, especially when there is a description involved that you have to convert into numerical calculations. In the next video, I'm going to go through a few more problems regarding the concept of percentages, so stay tuned for that.